For the people that say they don't need this insurance, 18 months ago, that's what we thought. Don't let them take it away from us.
I thank God every day for Michigan's No Fault for saving my life.
That's Katie Steele of Walled Lake, left paralyzed in a car crash. Her story is the focus of a TV ad warning us all that the proposed changes in the state's no-fault law could rob victims of the help they need and possibly endanger their lives. Welcome back to Let It Rip. On the panel right now, Tom Shields. He's here now as a spokesman for the Michigan Insurance Coalition. And he says the reform protects people like Katie and reduces the premiums for all of us. Next to him is Jim Al. He's a former Republican state rep from Saginaw, actually supported insurance reform a few years ago. That is until his son was badly hurt in a car crash in 2005. And then there's Jamie Martis. In 1999, he was the passenger in a car crash that badly damaged his spinal cord, leaving him unable to walk. But he says that the state's no-fault benefits saved his life and kept his family from going bankrupt. And of course, you all know Charlie, so let's get right to it. Tom, Free Press columnist Mitch Albom has said that the motivation for this reform is greed and that what you are doing or propose to do in the legislature is simply immoral. How do you answer that?
Mitch Albom's absolutely wrong on this. He also says that there's cuts, there's alters, and there's caps in this proposal. There's absolutely none of that. Unlimited benefits that are currently available to every single person hurt in a car accident today will stay in the proposal that's there. The only thing that will change is what will we pay for the cost of those benefits. So we're only negotiating here based on the cost of those benefits, not the benefits. You still have unlimited benefits. If you have physical therapy today, you'll get physical therapy tomorrow. The difference will be is that the people who provide that service can no longer gouge the auto insurance companies by 3, 4, 5 times more than what you pay for Blue Cross through Shield or through workers' compensation. They're going to have to pay the same rate that everybody else pays, and so that we can provide more services to people who really need it.
There's also the fear, too, that you will cut the money paid to family members who, on some occasions, have to change their lives to take care of people who've been injured in car crashes. And under the current system, they are paid a certain amount of money, but this proposal would change that.
This proposal would put some limits on the ability of family care. What happens now, we have family carers out there. We have 2, 3, 4 people in a family all collecting sometimes 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 being paid. What we're trying to do is limit that, make that fair. So we set a limit of $15 an hour for basic care, not professional care, basic care, $15 an hour, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, 365 days, $131,000 a year that a family member can be paid, but it's only for 24 hours a day. If you need additional care, professional care, or if that family member is a professional, they can get paid more. If you need more professional care, they will still provide that to them. So you're still going to get the care. This one is what we're going to pay for it.
All right, Jim, you, back in your days as a state rep, actually worked alongside industry executives.
No, I did not favor that. In fact, when I was in the legislature, some of those bills actually went to my committee, which wasn't insurance, and they didn't come out.
But your life certainly changed when your son was injured.
Certainly.
And your attitude toward all this changed dramatically.
No, well, my perspective on it may have changed a little bit, but I had practiced law in this area for a long time. One thing I want to comment, Tom's the spokesman. Tom doesn't really have any experience in this area. I mean, I was a legislator, I dealt with it. I was an attorney for a number of years, I dealt with it. For the last 10 years, I've been a family member and dealt with it. This does change lives. This is going to impact it. If I'm looking at it, if I put my legislator hat on, the thing I'm going to look at is, Tom, you want to control costs over there in the hospitals. Hospitals aren't a profit center. They are a profit center. Hospitals are doing this for survival. Now, if I take money out of the hospitals that they want to take out, I got to put it back in someplace. So I either have to raise taxes with Medicaid, or Blue Cross is going to raise our premiums so they can pay more. Somebody's going to take care of that. They have to. Otherwise, the hospitals will fail, and we'll lose trauma centers. We will lose special divisions within these hospitals. This is bad. That's what I'm telling you. Nobody's thinking farther down the line. They're only thinking about how is this going to affect the insurance company.
If you think, this affects every driver
but wait a minute. If you think for the moment that the insurance companies are doing this for the public, you're nuts. Nobody believes this. This is not the good hands. This is not the good neighbors.
We have a million drivers out here who can't afford insurance, who disagree with you.
This isn't going to help.
A million drivers out there who are uninsured driving in this state today.
Tom,
and we have to pay for that through the government. government because they're uninsured. Absolutely, it will.
No, Tom, you're offering
we're talking about a $700 million cut in the first year. Another $700 million. That's the equivalent.
$100.
That's the equivalent of that's the equivalent of a 10% income tax for every family.
Meanwhile, on this panel is somebody who has lived this experience. Jamie, you know, you have faced challenges some of us cannot even imagine, but we thank you for being here. You are a true hero. What do you think about this proposed change?
Thank you. Honestly, Jim has hit the nail on the head. Auto accidents change people's lives. The catastrophic accidents that we see every day at Advent Home Medical, lives are turned upside down. When you want your loved one to get the best care possible. And when the insurance companies talk about cutting costs, how is it possible that you can cut costs without decreasing the quality or the quantity of the care that those patients are receiving? Is it possible at all?
Absolutely.
Costs are not going to go down, and there are no cost savings built into this bill. $100 per year for 2 years guaranteed, those aren't real cost savings. If you want to look at true cost savings, let's look at the 80% of the bill that you aren't talking about. Personal injury protection is only 20% of a person's insurance bill. It's mine. 20%. I've seen it as low as 70% PIP benefits. That's what you're talking about cutting. Now, if you really want to make true changes, why don't you focus on things like collision steering? Why don't you stop redlining insurance claimants that, excuse me, that
live in certain parts of the state. We pay higher insurance in Detroit than you would pay in Saginaw.
Absolutely. Because you're going to have a claim.
Charlie.
I've actually had a lot of these car accidents in my day.
Really?
In a lot of these cases, here's the practical problem. Somebody like Jamie gets into a car accident. Now, these are very severely injured, but it's so easy for the insurance company to cut you off. You know this. They send you to one of their doctors.
Yes.
Their doctors gives you a little exam. You're good to go. Go back to work. Go back to whatever. You can walk. Do it. And I've seen this so many times. Now, that person who is seriously hurt, who has a doctor that needs recommends treatment, what is that person going to do? They have to get a lawyer. And the insurance companies don't just pay off. You need to go a couple of phone calls. No, you have to sue them. Then you have to go through the discovery process. Then you've got to go to a lawsuit. And it takes forever. In the meantime, someone like Jamie is sitting there who's cut off of benefits. He can't work. He isn't paid. His family are not getting paid because they've had to leave their jobs. That's the practical problem. And in the end, if there's a settlement with the insurance company or if there's a jury verdict, years down the line, maybe there's some justice. But that's the reality. It's too easy for the insurance companies to cut people off like Jimmy.
That's absolutely not happening here. There are laws in place that you have to pay bills within a 30-day period of time. If he has, and insurance companies cannot send people. We cannot send people to. We cannot. The problem we have here, we don't have a fee schedule because everybody can charge whenever they want.
Tom, these cost controls have been in place for decades.
If we had a fee schedule, so we all agreed what the fee schedule is, workers' comp or whatever it is. Let's have a fee schedule so that this hospital can't. If I go in for an MRI and I get hurt in a car accident, they're going to charge me $3,500.
And the benchmark you're setting
is if I go in because I got hurt on the job, they're going to charge me $700. They're billing, they're gouging the customers, they're gouging customers like him. We want to give him as much service as we can. This is unlimited. It doesn't change the care that he gets at all.
You are off
absolutely
subject.
Does.
And here's the subject. Number one, if this is such a great program, if this is such great things, why are you putting
why are
you putting money in this bill to prevent the people from overturning the law?
I didn't put any money in the bill. I'm not in the legislature.
Yes, you can tell them not to do it, Tom.
Oh, sure, they listen to me every day.
Oh, they do.
But that's an important question. That's an important. Why are you putting a provision in this proposal that would prevent the voters in Michigan from overturning it?
Well, you need to ask the legislature that.
No, we're asking you, Tom, because you're controlling some of these guys. You're making some.
I don't control
anything. This is your bill. You guys wrote it.
Here's the deal. I mean, right now we have auto insurance is too expensive in the state. We have one of the highest. This year we had another study. This one we had another study showing we had the most expensive.
Any other car owners in the country. But why is it that we can't cut that by $400 or $500? we can leave in the benefits for people injured in car crashes and still cut somehow. There must be a solution without cutting the benefits to those who need it most.
How do you do that if you don't
There
cut
is a
costs?
solution.
I don't
You need
know.
to cut costs. The only way you cut the price is you cut the cost. It's the same as insurance as it is anything else out there. You got to be able to cut the cost. We still want to offer unlimited benefits. That's very
And that's-
expensive.
yeah, it's
but
good.
how do
That
we
part's
do
a good
that?
part of it.
How do
That
we
part's
do
good.
that in an efficient manner? And that is, let's set a fee, a regulated fee that's a fair fee. It's the same thing Blue Cross fee, same workers' comp pay. Why not we have the same fee
does
for the
that money
services
go,
to
Tom?
these guys as it is to everybody else
And
who gets
whatever you
injured?
do, you
And if we
certainly
do that-
allow the voters, though, to see everything you're doing. There
As far
must
as I'm
be
concerned, I have no
transparency.
problem with the voters do that.
All right.
Oh,
Tom,
okay.
I
all
don't
right.
have any
We're
problem
here
with that.
first.
We're hearing
Okay,
The
very
voters
good.
want to do that, but I want to get
Okay.
a fair fee so that there is a fair structure,
Look,
so
if
that we
you-
can lower price and more people can
We're
get
trying to
the
find a
benefit.
fair- okay.
If
We might
you're
agree on the fees. We might agree
lowering
on the
the
fees.
cost of the things that the insurance company has to pay, where's that money going?
Bottom line. Look, gentlemen, much more discussion on this to come. We thank you all for being here.
Thank you.
All right, we thank you for watching. Up next, Charlie takes the question on the road. Stay with us.